Hello, boys and girls. I'm coming at you here today. Another live session right on the page. And if you're watching from YouTube, thank you. If you're live, thank you again. And from my podcast, Media and Marketing, you should subscribe, man. And hey, love it if you gave a review too. But start by subscribing. We have a lot of experts there coming in. We have actually had just recently some great experts come on the podcast. And we have more scheduled for this week and also next. It's filling up. And what I try to do there is get, the marketplace into the studio or virtually online to talk about their successes, their failures, their rise to fame, so to speak, in the entrepreneurial world, and some of the challenges along the way, plus some of their personal takes on what it means to build a business. And we do some myth busting and things like that. It's a great podcast, I have to say. It's kind of a casual interaction, but a lot of nuggets that you can pull out from that. So yeah, please go to the podcast on iTunes. I really love that if you can take a listen, and of course here live and on YouTube. Now today I'm going to talk about the number way to fix or to improve a poor performing Facebook ads account. We get that at the agency quite a bit. Can you help us scale up our campaigns, or hey, can we just at least get a better performance out of our spend? Right? I mean, everything that we talk about, especially when it comes to paid advertising, is how much am I spending? What's the return on that over time from the get-go at the top line metrics level? ROAS, of course, you hear a lot about that, but ROI ultimately through that customer journey and the longevity of that customer relationship. But ultimately, it starts with this, and I'm going to show it to you today. I'm going to share a screen here. And it starts with really what we always do, which is an understanding of where you have been, where are you now, which is, once we get access to your account, that's easy enough, right? But then more importantly, perhaps, is where are you going? What are those goals, the objectives for your business and for this particular advertising campaign that you're running right now? So basically the number one way that we start out for any new campaign, and I'm sharing my screen right now, is a Facebook ads audit. And yes, this will be somewhat promotional here today. Can you believe it? It's from my agency, chaosmap.com. Chaos, as in CHAOSMAP. We map the chaos. We've been operating now for, over 10 years. And we are a boutique agency that has a sole goal of customer acquisition. That's what we are known for, and that's what we do. And we strategize and build those campaigns out for you, whatever that looks like. We're talking about Facebook here today, but, this could be Google, right? We're certified in that area as well, but also what about content strategies overall? We've done a lot of SEO through these many years, and we've had both small and large clients. Largest client we had was $1 billion company here in the U.S., an data aggregation company. So we play both in B2B and B2C, mostly sort of in a hybrid space. But anyway, lead generation is sort of the source of this. E-commerce as well, but lead generation is really the sweet spot, and allowing you to acquire more customers, which means more sales, hopefully, and also growth. Bottom line growth, those numbers are going to be very important as we sit down and discuss any potential opportunity that we have to work together. So as I said, somewhat promotional here today. Can you believe it? Let's dig in here. A Facebook ads audit. What does it really entail? Well, what we provide when we do this, it's a 20-page report, give or take, depending on the scope of the audit. It's really not the page count that is important here. It's the fact that we're capturing the right information, and you may have hired somebody already that did an okay job, but it's kind of gone stale. You may actually have somebody internally at the organization right now that's needing some help. Maybe you're in a transition period where this person has left and you're looking for new resources or new help, or frankly, you're just feeling that these campaigns are not working. Maybe you're running, multiple platforms, Google, Facebook, who knows, LinkedIn, Pinterest, etc., right? Depending on the marketplace. And so you really need to get clarity in establishing some baseline metrics. And we always start with CPA, CPL. Budgets, of course, are important, but, you could spend $10,000 and be upside down because your conversion path through that customer journey is not working correctly. And if your CPA is larger than your average order value, things like that, you're going to not do well. You're going to be really increasingly frustrated about what's happening in that sense. So I just want to let you know that anything that we do starts with math. Simple math, but still math. We need to understand the specifics of the campaign, your goals, and also what metrics we think we can get for you, right? So math is important. Now, as we look at this, the psychology and the messaging is another layer after we've determined that, we think this math can work. In fact, if you have some history here, we definitely can learn what you have done so far, but also what we think is possible based on our experience, based on the marketplace itself, meaning the niche, and also what timelines we think this is feasible for, right? I mean, most people want this done yesterday or, run a few days and get some results. People are anxious. We understand that. Sometimes you just have to play that long game, right? In fact, the long game is what ultimately wins, but, anytime you set up a new relationship or you get going, it's always a little bit frustrating or nerve-wracking, perhaps, because you realize you have to actually invest some money and you have to develop these proof of concepts before you actually get, some real data that we can chew on and make sense out of. So, I'm showing you the screen here, which is from chaosmap. We have a shop here where you can actually buy this. I'm not opening this up quite yet, but I wanted to just show you what's coming here. This is the complete ads account review for Facebook that we have available. And basically what's happening here is first step is we actually get access to your account. So typically what we do is we just send you a partner ID, very simple. You invite and we set up the assets. So we set up the page and the account. Account is really the key here, but we'd like to look at the organic work as well that you have done. And what we do through this comprehensive Facebook ads audit is we do an expert audit of the entire account. Now, if you have several, or if we're sort of talking about a broader scope, that may be just more of a larger discussion. But for most of these audits, it's around a 25 page report with a lot of detail. We don't use software. We do this all manually. And we write up the findings and recommendations to help your business grow faster and more profitably. And really all you need to do when I open this up is to add your information, check out and get the audit. The base audit starts at $14.97, but we're going to open this up for $500 just straight up for, we'll have to figure out, I haven't figured out yet how many we're going to do of this, but we are a boutique agency. We don't just flood this with requests. It's simply not feasible for us to do. Plus, our focus is a very personal service, a personal direct approach, and so we want to make sure that it's a good fit for everybody. And also this detailed manual review includes a Skype / Zoom meeting with a recording so that you can see and watch after the fact, because there's a lot of information that comes out of these sessions, including the consulting and training on top of it. And what we always do is for these types of reviews, we provide a no BS guarantee. That's the Dan Kennedy method, right? Is if you're not happy and you don't see any changes here after about 7 to 10 days after applying some of these changes that we're going to show you, then we'll refund your entire amount. Really the goal here is not so much that we have to, close these accounts, to get you to buy the audit. It's more that we can actually see we're a potentially good fit to really help you to not only fix and improve the existing account, but to be able to scale up this particular account. And, if that's a match and we see that we have a long-term relationship opportunity, well, then let's talk about that. The focus is really to get you to see what we do and how we can help. And of course, this work, as I mentioned, is not just a software scan. This is manual work. And so we need to make sure that at least we cover the baselines for this. And again, we welcome you to take a look at this. So if you want to come in, just go to chaosmap.com/book-me. You can go to the homepage, chaosmap.com, and just click the red button that says watch a recent case study. And on there, you can actually book a time to set up a call as well. So it's very easy. And what I'd like to share here is what are we actually including, right? So if you're watching right now, I just want to come back on camera for just a second. If you're watching right now, what I'm doing is I'm really explaining how we fix or improve poor performance at the Facebook ads level. I know there's many tricks and tips out there and cute little sort of, hey, check this button, check that button type of scenarios. Really, you have to take a comprehensive look at this through an actual audit. This is something that we do at the organization to make sure we capture everything and that we actually know what your data points look like, right? We cannot do anything based on just clicking buttons or looking at a ad creative just sort of independently in the mix of nothing, right? If you ask, hey, this ad or that ad, which one do you think we should use? The answer is any of them. We don't know yet. We have to get the metrics. So that was the math I talked about. The psychology, the content is, of course, that secondary, very, very, very important conversation because we need to make sure you have offers that convert. So you've heard about that, the hook, the storyline, and the offer, right? Because really 50-50 here, 50% on the ads, 50% on the funnel, which is really how well is it converting. We're dealing with a client right now, actually. We're running an event because we do a lot of events at the agency, where they want to just throw more money at the top. And we have some availability to do that, and we are building out campaigns for this. But actually, we are now in serious discussions about their funnel because we want to make sure that it converts better. It's not doing that great right now, so we're helping them with that. But let's get back to this. What we're including in this audit is a complete review of your business manager, the setup. You probably don't know this, or maybe some of you do, but we want to make sure that we have backup accounts. Facebook is going through and scrutinizing more than ever here in the first quarter of 2019 to really come after accounts that have, let's say, less than stellar history and perhaps some underhanded or shady techniques that don't follow the Facebook ad policies. Well, you're going to be revoked, right? And you will not get it back. We talk about configuration and setup. The pixel implementation, of course, very, very, very important for any Facebook initiative when it comes to advertising. Conversions and engagement. We talked about that already. How well are you converting? Do you just want to throw more money at this, or do you want to really get a serious look at strategic and tactical, tips and insights and strategies really for improving that funnel? Audiences, of course, we know that the targeting is an essential piece to any marketing, any advertising initiative online. If you have a great message, a great offer, and you have money and traffic coming in, but it's the wrong audience, it will not work. And while this seems like, harping on something that should be obvious, you'd be surprised what we see out there. Audiences, campaigns, ad sets, that's where we're drilling down to that hierarchy, to that infrastructure, which is very similar to Google AdWords in this way, where we talk about campaigns and ad groups. And ads, and then of course the ad reviews and recommendations. So this is now where we're starting to capture a much bigger picture in sort of a 360 view of your world, or this world within the Facebook account, where we can come in with recommendations and suggestions for better ads. Out of the blue, you may have asked, our videos seem to do great, but they're not converting. Well, what does that really mean? Or what does it mean that the videos are doing great? Perhaps you're getting a lot of engagement and social proof, but it's not converting. Turns out you're running video view campaigns without a proper follow-up strategy for retargeting using conversion campaigns. What does that all mean, right? How is it all set up? So this is where we talk about account structure and strategy for how this ties into the customer journey. The landing pages, as I said, a complete funnel review, to make sure it's optimized to the best of the abilities in current state and what we recommend going forward, what the biggest opportunities are. So the takeaways, what you should do right now quickly, and what's feasible within your infrastructure in terms of resources and staff, etc. Also what we might be able to help you with. And then we also add some bonuses in here as well. And so again, I just wanted to talk a little bit about here today, in a promotional way, if you will, on how you would fix a Facebook ads account in terms of how we look at it and what you may consider, right? So if you're struggling with getting your Facebook account to really do much better work for you and get you better results, a Facebook audit may be exactly what you want. And I've sort of taken you through some of the things that we look at. There's others that provide this out there as well, So go out there and look for Facebook audits and find somebody you trust and like. And I hope that is us. But at the same time, this is about helping you. And if you've seen the previous videos and some of these broadcasts that we've been putting out lately, and I'm certainly loving doing these, really trying to help you, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and also some of these strategies that are developed are just based on hearsay and somebody overheard something at a conference or whatever. There's much more that goes into this. So our experience, our dedication, and our passion for the craft, if you will, this brings a lot of value for you to the table. But I certainly hope that you consider this to get this done. To go out there to any Facebook group or forums online and just get the latest tip, might swing the needle in the right direction for a moment. Maybe it's a week and, hey, this one worked, thank you very much. And only to fail, thank you very little, right? So anyway, this is Jan here talking at you today, and I hope you really enjoyed this. I'm going to be publishing these on live, of course. And if you have any questions, just go to chaosmap.com and click the big old red button there. You'll see a case study as well on a recent event that we did. And you can also schedule a call right there. No shenanigans or weird backhanded pitching. Just really trying to help you. And myself or one of my guys and gals, actually 2 guys now, will get on and help you there. So I look forward to it. Thank you for watching today, and have a great day, evening, or night. It's actually night time right now, so I got to get going here, but appreciate it. Thank you all. Bye.